let me tell you, come on up. So we started this healing service, and we said, man, God is going to heal. God is going to do something, and we don't know what. All we know is He's going to heal. And so I want you to hear what God has done so far. And this was like week one, everyone. I'm just going to tell you. So I just want to, because she shared it to me last week in the lobby, and I was like, oh my goodness, okay. We all like did a little dance right there, but just share. Yeah, I'm going to give you a mic. I know it's, but just share with you, because you came up 2 weeks ago.
It was the 15th.
The 15th.
The first week that we had the healing series, and I listened to the entire service, and I was thinking to myself, God, but what about me? Some of you all know that I had a stroke last year. I had a hemiplegic migraine, which is a migraine stroke. That was March of last year. And as you were teaching on the healing series, I was thinking to myself, Lord, but what about me? I have that situation, and from the result of the stroke, other situations have developed, and I'm like, Lord, what about me? So last December, I went to the doctor because they were certain that there was a mass behind my eye, which was leading to the result of the migraines. And they had a plan, literally a written out plan of what to do, how to fix it, how long therapy would be, how long I would have to go to rehab. They had a plan, but he had another one. So I went to we came for the healing service on that Sunday, the first week. You preached on healing, and you said, come up if you'd like to get prayed for. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, here I go again, getting prayed for, but Lord, what about me? And as I'm coming up, I come up for prayer, and Lord, they prayed, and in the middle of them praying, I heard God say, pray for them. The ones that are praying for you now, you pray for them. And so I know it probably seemed crazy, but as they were praying for me, I was praying for y'all because I heard a voice, I heard a word, pray for them, give it back. I prayed, went back to my seat, and as I got to my seat, Brother Steve came to me, and you reminded me of Lamentations 3:19, and I remembered my afflictions. Thank you for the word. You have no idea what you preached and y'all prayed. So I leave here Sunday. I go to the doctor on that Thursday, and Brian and I go, and every time I go to the doctor, he looks at me and he says, whose report are we going to believe? I thank God for my husband. He's not here because he had to work last night, but I thank God for my husband. I thank God for my mom. He looked at me in the doctor's office that Thursday and said, whose report are we going to believe? I'm like, the report of the Lord. We're going to believe the report of the Lord. We go there, and as we're sitting there, just for a checkup, the doctor looks at me and said, I think there may be another problem. That's not what I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. He said, I need to do a blood test. I'm going to do it today, and I'll call you tomorrow. He said, we'll call and we'll talk tomorrow, and we'll go from there. We'll come up with another plan. I go in there for lab work, and I put my arm up there, and the phlebotomist is telling me, she was like, well, it's going to be all right. Whatever it is, it's all right. At least it's not. And she used the C word. She used that C word. And I'm like, but you don't understand. I've gone to the doctor. November of last year, they told me it was 216 doctor's appointments that I had last year. From March to November, 216 appointments. That's a lot of appointments, y'all. That's a lot of doctors. That's a lot of sticks. I was going for lab. I was going for physical therapy, speech therapy. So that Thursday, I'm going for blood work. I leave with the idea that it could be something else. We go home. I go to work the next morning. My phone rings. I'm sitting in a meeting. I'm like, I got to go. This is my doctor. And I walk out, and he's like, hey, you got a second? I'm like, yes. He said, you know that problem I told you I thought we had? I'm like, yeah. He said, your labs are fine, Cassandra. not only did I not have the new disease he thought I had, but he also lowered my medications for something else. So had I had the new thing, I was going to have two new medications in the morning and 2 new medications at night, but God. And then he turned around and said, you know what, I need to lower your medications for the other situation because it's not as bad as it looked before. I'm here to tell you God is so faithful, and he is so faithful, and he is so faithful, and he is so faithful. And I thank God for you all. I thank you for your prayers. I thank you for your text messages. I thank you for just saying that you love me, Mom and Dad. I thank you for just grabbing me and saying, hey, it's going to be okay. I thank you for giving me a word when God says so. I thank you for you, Pastor Greg and Rachel. Y'all have been in my corner. I thank you. And I'm here to tell you that if he can do it for me, he can do it for you. He is faithful. And I had to remind myself, who is this King of glory? The Lord God strong and mighty. The Lord mighty in battle. And my battle may not be your battle, but we all battling something. And God is faithful. And he is just, and he will continue to do amazing things in each and every one of you. I love you so much.